Alan Albright is shown running through a cornfield, looking panicked and worried. He is being chased by Ultimate Kevin, who keeps saying Alan has something he needs, with Alan trying to convince him that he doesn't have anything he wants. Eventually, it is revealed Ultimate Kevin wants Alan's power and he absorbs it, gaining his powers. Kevin attempts to kill Alan, but Ben as NRG thwarts his plan and fights him. After a short battle, Kevin leaves and promises to come for Ben's power. After NRG transforms back into Ben, Alan explains to Ben that Kevin has gone on a power-hunting rampage and he has already absorbed Helen, Pierce, Manny, and even Dr. Victor's powers. At his house, Ben finally decides that he must eliminate Kevin in order to stop his rampage, but Gwen disagrees, still believing there can be a way to help Kevin. Ben doesn't think so and leaves the house. However, the disagreement between the two cousins becomes a fight, with Gwen trying to trap Ben in a bubble and tells him that she's not letting him go. Enraged by this, Ben transforms into Chromastone and escapes. Gwen uses a spell that increases the gravity on Chromastone, but he transforms into Terraspin and blows Gwen onto her house. Gwen uses another spell to slow Terraspin down, but Terraspin transforms into NRG and melts the floor, creating a wave of lava, but Gwen survives it by being protected in her shield. NRG transforms into Nanomech and comes up to Gwen and Gwen crushes Nanomech in her spellbook with another spell she used, but Nanomech, finally having enough, turns into Way Big and uses his Cosmic Ray attack on Gwen, who then becomes knocked out cold. Ben tells Gwen that because she cared too much about him, and that she doesn't have what it takes to deal with Kevin, and makes his leave. At a warehouse, Ben is attacking some Forever Knights as Lodestar, asking for Kevin's whereabouts, but they do not know and he continues to attack them. Meanwhile, Gwen is visiting Max, asking for advice on how to help Kevin and that Ben was going to kill him. However, Max says that Ben is doing the right thing, and Kevin has to be put down in order for innocent lives to be safe. Gwen says she's going to find someone that will help, and ironically, that person is Darkstar, who has been living off the energy of stray dogs. Gwen tries to prepare a spell, but Darkstar uses his energy to try to absorb her mana. Gwen blasts him, which knocks off his helmet. Gwen completes the spell, and Darkstar regains his old face back. When Darkstar asks why Gwen would do this for him, she says that she needs his help. Meanwhile, Ben is driving in his car and Max contacts him on the omnitrix. After having the conversation with Gwen, he agrees with Ben's intentions of stopping Kevin and believes it is the responsible move, but it's not as he puts it, the Ben move, as he gives people second chances and they live up to his expectations. He adds that if it were him in this situation, he would eliminate Kevin, but he never would have expected Ben to resort to such a tactic, rather than finding another way to solve things. Ben denies it this time, stating that if the situation gets serious, he would too, and knowing the regret of having to go through with it, in order to save the lives of innocent people, Ben must destroy Kevin. In a cave, Ben as Humongousaur is fighting Vulcanus, asking him for Kevin's whereabouts, with Vulcanus trying to avoid the questions. He tries to escape Humongousaur by crawling out of his suit and running away, but Humongousaur catches him and starts shaking him. When Humongousaur was about to give Vulcanus the pounding of a lifetime, Gwen stops him. While Humongousaur was charging at Gwen, she traps him in a mana cage, but Humongousaur breaks out by punching the ground, causing Vulcanus to fall through the chasm Humongousaur makes. After Humongousaur transforms back into normal, Darkstar arrives, offering his assistance to Ben to find Kevin, though Ben does not like it. Darkstar explains to Ben that he and Kevin are the same because of their cravings for energy, and Ben keeps pointing out they're both evil, so Darkstar can predict Kevin's next move. Darkstar explains that when Kevin destroyed the Dominus Librium, the ancient artifact that cured Kevin and Darkstar of their previous mutations, he managed to salvage a piece and that it lost all of its power, but with enough energy channeled through it, they could tap into its powers and could cure Kevin. Ben becomes reluctant to follow through Darkstar's plan and is just intent on finding Kevin in order to put him down. At an arcade, Gwen encounters Kevin and explains that Ben is after him and that she wants to help him, but Kevin starts to lose control and attacks Gwen. He yells at her for not staying away, with the last shred of his sanity having been his love for her, only now it's not enough to stop him. He uses his fire powers against her and surrounds her with a wall of fire, but Gwen stops the fire using a wind spell, and then Kevin traps Gwen with vine seeds. Gwen still manages to use her spellbook, and uses a spell that summons stone creatures. The monsters free Gwen and attack Kevin, but Kevin absorbs the mana contained in the creatures and attacks Gwen with a mana blast. Then he attacks her with a powerful sonic scream, which knocks Gwen to the wall. Kevin begins absorbing Gwen's powers and Gwen screams in pain, while Kevin looks all the more pleased.